Well, welcome to Uzbekistan. I am in a country that very few people visit, yet it might be one of the most underrated places on earth. A journey along the Silk Road, path of ancient empires and where the ghosts of the Soviet Union still linger. Join me on a few weeks across Uzbekistan. The capital city, we are right now in Tashkent, and I gotta tell you, before coming to Uzbekistan, there's not that many things I knew about the country. I wanted to visit all of Central Asia, and maybe you've heard of the Silk Road, basically an ancient route connecting China and Europe, and for millennia they have been transporting goods through it. And Uzbekistan, in many ways, the cities of Samarkand, Bukhara, absolutely legendary spots of ancient civilizations. But even more than that, it's actually quite nice here. So what is very interesting to me is Tashkent, as a big city, has been growing a lot in the last just like couple of years, in the last decade. In terms of population, I think they used to have like 30 something million 10-15 years ago. Now it's 43, 4, something like that. Just came out of the hotel, drove out here to the, what is it, Amir Timur Square, basically the central square. And let me take you along. First impressions of the city. Gonna be here over a couple of days. Of course, got Lisa with us. Let's walk over there, I think. So honestly, it's quite interesting. You know, you have this post-Soviet, or probably Soviet building, absolute monster. Next to it, very different vibe. So Uzbekistan, like all of the countries, are very interesting because in some ways they're very affected by the Soviet Union history, but in other ways they have like their own culture for hundreds, if not thousands of years, pretty much. This is a work of art right here, and this is a shoebox, but also cool, like freaky. I wonder how old it is. Why they didn't renovate it? I don't know why they keep all this good. Well, it's probably expensive to get rid of it, but actually it looks cool. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. It's probably operating still. So, Hotel Uzbekistan. Actually, it's not Uz, it's Uzbekistan. Quite nice. Yeah, let's see. Wow, actually, not bad. Not bad. I take half of what I said back. From what I understand, is the city is pretty spread out. So let's discover together. Можно два бардак чай? Может быть? So, right next to it's kind of like a bit old school, kind of funky. Can beat the thing here, the boxing on the street, kind of like a little fair, pretty cute. Gonna have a little tea here. Proper first impressions, getting dark, and wandered into what I just looked up on Google Maps is the biggest Ferris wheel in all of Central Asia. Or you can go VIP. Let's go, let's take VIP. Два, пожалуйста. Ta-da! So it kind of looks like we're in a train or something. Pretty nice train, to be fair. Yeah. This is their wheel. Costs like $2 for this like VIP. Nice, it's pretty comfortable. So let's get a bit of a view of Tashkent.
It's so weird, like the windows are tinted or something.
They are, but you turn off the light and then you should see everything.
Yeah.
So the morning delivery of the bread next to the market comes. So good morning. From a very, very different part of town, headed out in the morning to get a bit of an idea for the local life. It's still like, what is it? Not even 8 a.m. yet. The market is busy. We are at the Chorsu Bazaar. It's in the old town of Tashkent. And basically, as you would imagine, usually all the markets, they're the busiest in the morning. So here is a bit, I would say, the, yeah, very impressionable part of it. They're selling kind of like pig feet, meat, parts, obviously fruits as well. So it's kind of like an indoor market. We're gonna go in, take a look. It's pretty cool, pretty fresh. It's good. Okay guys, this is life how it used to be in Uzbekistan. Here basically is all about the fruits. Here you see the pretty colorful market. From what I read is it has been designed in 1980 during Soviet times, and they call it Soviet modernism, even though to me... Hello, how are you?
Очень приятно.
Очень приятно.
Очень приятно. Добро пожаловать в наш Узбекистан.
Спасибо. Thank you.
Я Украина, Херсон был, Харьков был,
Да, мы тоже были.
Мелитополь так.
Chai, chai, chai. Wow, the man gave me warm bread. Well, let me pay the man. I don't know. Let me, 20. And so we're early morning in the restaurant. The man was an absolute legend. So he's been like, was telling it in Soviet times, he was all around like Ukraine, things like that. And you know, you're never sure. In most countries, they kind of like just lead you to a restaurant, but that dude is actually ordering food himself.
Yeah.
Another local guy. Seriously, he's just like working his little yogurt there in the corner. He just gave me some bread. I'm gonna drop him a little Uzbek bill later. I'm not sure if he's selling it himself, but it's warm. When he gave it to me, I'm like, is it warm? And then I touched it and I'm like, wow. Let me try that bread.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that crunch. Seriously, when it's warm, it's one of the best breads in the world, no joke. Wow. Rahmat. Oh. And they keep trying to feed us here. They're bringing plov, they're bringing dumplings. It's 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
We already had a snack in the hotel. But dang. Cream tastes like straight from a cow's, you know. Wow. Bye.
Bye bye.
Пойду уже скоро. Рахмат.
Да. Ты русский понимаешь? Хорошо.
Понимаю, нормально.
Хорошо.
Rahmat. Didn't understand the word, but okay.
Really?
He seemed very nice. Selling lemons on the ground, meat, walnuts. Guys, and whether we're traveling through Central Asia or anywhere else, for the past few years I've been on the road with Level 8, today's video sponsor. And this suitcase, I actually just got it a couple of months ago, and I gotta say it's one of my favorite pieces. This is the Adventurer carry-on, and what makes it quite special is it's extendable. So it's carry-on size, you can go with it anywhere, but you get a 5 extra liter if you extend it, and the way you access it is actually from the top. So super unique design, so much stuff fits also in there because, as you see, we got this wide grips. It's some of the best quality suitcases in the game. You can believe that they're gonna last because they also have a lifetime limited warranty. And in this class, I would say it's like really like a luxury premium suitcase. They're actually also fairly affordable. So just check out their website. I will leave it first link down below in the description. You can check out the different models. Of course, they have also checked luggage. If you use my exact link down below, you can get exclusively 12% off. Like sometimes they do like 10. No, we're gonna do 12% on any of their pieces, your whole purchase. At the end, just type in Danny15 and yeah, wherever you are in the world, actually, they have worldwide shipping with free to UK, EU, US, and I believe Canada, but still worldwide. And also, as a gift with the holiday season coming up, great choice. So with that, it's getting a bit cold around here. Let's roll back. So here we are inside of the chorsu, and look at that. So basically, here selling some veggies, pickled things, and it smells actually really good. If you know that like pickled smell, it's all over here. Also having carrots, pickled carrots, super nice in this part of the world. Also kind of like a little bit, say, Korean inspired, I've heard. There's also a Korean minority around here. And yeah, so basically we're domed up over the top. I think they built this thing like 30 years ago or something like that. But the market itself is much, much older. We're obviously in the old town of Uzbekistan, and yeah, very, very authentic market experience. And what I love to see is that it's fully operating. People are really going here to buy their things. Probably it's a bit cheaper than in the regular stores, and also probably a good bit fresher. And so we're in the meat section, obviously, and I might have never seen such a busy and well-stocked meat section. Like, you know, usually markets, they have like lots of meats. Rahmat, Rahmat. But I have never seen, like, what is it? At least every brother got like 30-50 bodies in the back of him. I don't know if it's like a bit of a status symbol. Probably who sold the most bodies that day. Should we go out? Oh, you want to try cheese? Let's try some cheese, Lisa. Oh. Center here on the market. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Rahmat.
Test moment.
Wow, look at that. So nice. So they got like a historical what is it, like a mosaic on the roof? Super nice. We should come back for a food video, Lisa. It's very good. Oh. What do you think? Super.
Супер. Очень вкусный.
Не оставили, чтобы...
If you want to have fresh bread, look at that. That might be one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. They're making it, they're cooking it. It's so fresh, so warm. Wow. I've probably been at hundreds of markets at this point. Honestly, when traveling, when coming to a new country, is one of my favorite things to do. See what the local things are, what they're producing, what they're cooking, what they're selling. And I gotta tell you, this is absolute bread heaven. And the variety of this market, like, it's really large. But many markets that are large, they just keep selling the same things in different corners. And here, it's a whole section just for bread. You've seen how they make it in the back. Absolutely amazing. Must be my #1 bread nation.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's like this round bread. You see it in so many different countries, but I've never seen so much, how to say it. I've never seen, let's say, a full hall dedicated to bread production and selling. It looks like an art. So I would probably say it is. And walking down about 20 minutes, we got to one of the main, let's say, religious sites of Tashkent. And I gotta tell you, it's crazy. Like, the way they maintain their buildings is truly respectable. Like, some of these structures are hundreds and hundreds of years old. I'm not particularly sure about this one. So this is the mosque, then they have a complex next to it. Also, Samarkand is very famous for it. I'm going to show you more of that later, a different city. But yeah, this is basically the Hazrati Imam Mosque. The architecture, the colors. This is what Uzbekistan, like, let's say, Muslim heritage is all about. I love the colors, the blue, the green. It's always like different shades flowing into each other. Let's see if we can walk in here. Maybe yes, maybe not. Здравствуйте. Не нужен, спасибо. Просто хотим взглянуть. Здесь можно взглянуть? So, walking in. Wow. Do you... Here's fun? Yeah, here's fun. You gotta say, it's crazy. Absolutely perfectly maintained old mosque, and even more so, they call them complex here. Some of them are mausoleums, and many of them have been around, especially the ones in Samarkand, for like 500 years. Samarkand I'm going to show you very soon as well. It's kind of like the most famous city for that. But even here, or probably especially here, look at that. Must be the most beautiful, for me at least, this kind of architecture I've ever seen. Obviously in different parts of the world there have been different tribes, different leaders that have built these things, and those were had a particularly good eye, because the colors, the structure, they're not huge, but just the way there's kind of like multiple layers built into them. truly special. Alrighty guys, and for the accommodation portion of today's video, got a world sea style, I gotta tell you. In Tashkent, I didn't have high expectations. I also was looking for, let's say, a hotel a bit closer to the airport when you arrive, make things easy, but still very central. We're like 10 minutes out from the city center and staying at the Oscar Boutique Hotel. And I have to tell you, it's very boutique. Tashkent is really not disappointing. Let me give you just a quick tour, quick idea. Coming in a couple of days ago, I checked in here. This is the lobby area, and generally I would say for a boutique hotel is actually fairly large, even, I guess around 50 rooms. So this is where they're having the breakfast every morning. Super good breakfast, I gotta tell you. Like wide selection, everything I like to have, get my protein in. In the evening also super nice for dinner, but the best thing to have, it's October, you know? It's October and I'm kind of like escaping a little bit the winter step by step, because here, as of right now, maybe getting a bit lucky, but it's almost 30 degrees during the day. And for that, they're having this super nice pool area. In the evening, it turns into dinner. Maybe I'll take you along later as well. And another huge thing for me is a gym. And in a boutique hotel, that is not a common thing. So I've been there literally every morning. There it is, super modern amenities, brand new. So this is inside of the room. I gotta tell you, super cozy, love the colors. Got a super nice TV for maybe even a nice movie night. And for me, the best part is a little bit of a mess. I got my like working station up here. Having a nice table in the room is not always a given, but the best part is a nice balcony. You step out at any time of the day, especially right now. Sun is slowly setting and you're seeing the nice whole, pretty much the pool space I showed you earlier. And yeah, they start at around $100, probably depending on time of the season, maybe a bit more, a bit less. But together with the spa, the pool, the gym, like seriously, traveling a lot on the road and having like a space where you can do so many things, especially stay one day indoor, maybe even almost a Uzbekistan thing to do is like, I heard it's pretty famous for different spas, and I didn't expect that this hotel would actually have like a full-fledged, super nice spa area. Amazing for also like photos, videos. And yeah, this is the Oscar Boutique Hotel. Maybe also we'll take you to dinner. During the day, this pool is nice and sunny. In the evening, kind of like a nice charm in their restaurant. Already, what is it, the second time we're eating here. And the food, actually, I have to tell you, like, I expected it to be good, but it's super good. Everything we had here, from the meats to the soups. Tried their traditional Sherpa, so they have like some local dishes, but also just generally their meats and everything. Super nice. Have the salad, gonna get going. Trying their dessert, some medavik, some honey cake.
Guys, I have to tell you, I tried many medaviks in my life, and this one is absolutely the best. I'm shocked.
What's happening here? Oh, fuck. I ran into the glass door.
Picking up.
No. Ooh. So guys, this is the little, actually quite a extensive sauna experience. So we got this nice wooden thing. I'll take off my bathrobe, and outside, cold plunge, super cool. And also we got a super aesthetic hammam. So inside there's kind of like Uzbek, I would guess. On a more adventurous note, at the central Tashkent train station, I've actually already been at a different one, not the central one, but the south one. This is where we just missed our train by 1 minute. We saw it rolling off. We crossed the street, which you cannot cross, had to climb a freaking fence. And I did not expect this one to climb the fence, but she jumped it like a champion. And then last minute security took us another minute, and then the train was rolling out. One of the very few things I missed when traveling. Sucks a bit. But I booked the train an hour later. A seating train, and this one was actually really good, right? So the sleeper train, they're more old school. Looks like the seater ones are much more kind of like probably new generation. Alright, you guys, so we're slightly off. Unfortunately, we're not sitting on a fancy train. I think I saw that one. That one's about double the price, like 30 bucks for the ride. Still fairly affordable. But like I said, we booked this train pretty much after missing the last one. I think this goes down as, to date, as the first train I've ever missed. But luckily not a, let's say, huge loss. The other tickets were sleeper, cost like a bit less than 20 bucks each. And this is a seating train, cost about 15 bucks. Arriving at night, gonna get a hotel. Should be all good. And we're going old school, authentic. The new train looks good. Afroziop. And so welcome to the next stop of today's journey, the ancient city of Samarkand. You know, over the past centuries, actually this place is a city, it has a history of 2,600 years, recorded history. Different empires have come and went, different conquerors, from Persian empires to the Mongols to the very esteemed, very respected leader of Amir Timur, who built a lot of these structures. And I gotta tell you, it's truly some of the most impressive Islamic architecture I've ever seen. So this is kind of like a square, the Registan Square. And what I found out is that Samarkand is really one of the most significant cities on the path of the Silk Road. So when they have been transporting goods from China all the way to Rome, basically, the way it worked is like one trader gave it to the next, and then this one gave it to the next. So not all of them traveled. That would have taken months, if not even years, to do the whole Silk Road. But basically, this square here has seen a lot of things. And luckily, also during the Soviet time here, it has been not preserved, that would be the wrong thing to say, but they kept it. And as of now, it's truly one of, I gotta say, the most unique and most impressive sites. Like, it's not like humongously huge in terms of the height, but just the way it's built with the 3D, with the kind of like multiple layers, the mosaics. It's all blue and green, generally all over Uzbekistan. And so I've been here already a couple of days. This actually has also been the place where I've entered into Uzbekistan. And second visit right now. I want to take you along, give you an idea of the different squares, show you also where I've been staying. And Samarkand is actually a fairly large city. I think the population is over, what is it? Definitely 400,000 or 500,000 people around about. But the historical squares is truly like one big museum. So inside of the Registan right now, let me take you for a walk and for a couple of days in the ancient city of Samarkand. So let me give you a little bit of an idea of this Registan Square. Got all nice and sunny. So basically you have three of the main structures. In the middle is kind of a plaza, and inside I'll take you in just a second. So number 1, number 2 and 3 makes kind of like the triangle of it. And I gotta tell you, this door, when you walk through it, just took a couple of photos, might be one of the most aesthetic angles in the world. I'm not lying to you. I like to say it, this and that in the world, but truly, like when you walk in here through the door, you're seeing this. And inside it's kind of like yards, valleys. So during the Amir Timur time, from what I understand, this has been on the one side a public square, on the other hand it was also a place of study, one of kind of like the first Some people call it universities, I think mostly Islamic teachings at that time, but truly unique. The architecture, the detail, the fact that very luckily it has been maintained, or let's say not destroyed in certain periods. Wow, wow, wowie.
You should go there.
Yeah?
It's a golden roof cupola.
Let's go check it out. So our waiter in the hotel told us about the golden lined roof of one of these. Let's check it out. The doors, you have like little shops, actually quite many of them. Hello. Thank you. Wow, so there's like all kinds of little rooms. I'm not sure what if it used to be like housing back in the day or what they were doing inside, but these days you can get the sickest magnet in there. So as always, I'm not the biggest fan of these kind of like very touristy things. In some ways it's a little bit of a Taj Mahal vibe from the size, but still much more chill. Yes, a lot of people, but this always used to be a public square, so probably back in the day maybe used to be even busier. And so it's like a 50-50 foreign and local tourism. So definitely I would say one of the most aesthetic. I gotta say, this is much more impressive than the Taj Mahal.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm sorry. That's how I feel. Here's some documents from the Amir Timur time, and this is one of the museums, and here you really see back then the boys were far ahead of their time. Truly interesting, many documents. There's even kind of like a how you call it, like a wax statue of some of the influential leaders, warriors, and scientists and scholars of that time. So back then there was the golden age here. Look at that crazy thing. Ooh. So this might be one of the biggest. Samarkand. Wandered into the local Samarkand market around the center, and here it feels a bit more local. So not just like touristy shops, of course, also magnets and things like that, but also locals seem to be shopping here as well. Let's check out what the
other parts of the market.
Yeah, the one we checked out last time was like super local. And on that note, on another day, let me show you where I've been staying over the time in Samarkand. So on the one side I have very nice guest houses, did that for the first couple of days, and then moved to the, what is it, Zarafshon Park side. And the really cool thing is it's a UNESCO World Heritage building. It's pretty old, but the hotel that's inside just opened 2 years ago. It's pretty much brand new, super nice. I think it starts at around like $100, not crazy, but especially just the garden inside I'm going to show you in a second. Very grand entrance, loving it about it. So let me give you an idea. The entrance is very nice, but I would say the nicest part about it is we're very central in Samarkand. We're like minutes, maybe 20 minutes walk from one of the main things, the Registan Square, but at the same time a little bit closer to the real life city. And here you have like a little oasis, like super quiet all day long. Maybe a couple of guests in the morning can have your breakfast here. There's like these two columns, have like nice balconies with room. Got the standard room here, still very nice, kind of like very cozy. So getting out a little bit of the tourist area with the, yeah, I gotta say beautiful squares, but the tourism here in Samarkand is actually super high. So there's like thousands of tourists all the time on the road. And while I am interested to see kind of like the beautiful historical structures, once tourism really develops, like it loses all kinds of, you know, authenticity. Is always this tourist vibe, and I like to get out of the city center and see a little bit how the people are living. Actually, Samarkand is one of the biggest cities in Uzbekistan, so with that also there's like regular normal life. Oh, you can get hit by a car. And also gonna hit the gym real quick. As always, got a world to see. Not just travel, but also kind of like, on one side it always brings me to cool neighborhoods, on the other side gotta keep the gains up. So let's see. Let's check their little supermarket out, Mandarin. Always, the first supermarket you enter into a country are gonna tell you a lot. I don't know when this part of the video is gonna come out, but Samarkand is actually the first spot we have entered in Uzbekistan. Damn, grandma is cooking with some vibe. That's nice. Yeah, you get in your purple Lada and your security Lada, and then you fucking drive to the gym. Life's good, man. Flex Club, Sportzali. Let's go. It's pretty solid gym. Just the way I like it, fairly local, super affordable. It's like 45,000 local currency, $3 pretty much. And yeah, right now working out only twice a week, sometimes even once. So we're going crazy, we're hitting it all, 2 hours, high volume. Let's go. And coming out of Le Gym, nice workout, good to get that in. Especially Central Asia right now is a bit more of a fast-paced travel, so just kind of like, whew, gives you like a little anchor for me. But also, what I absolutely love is being in a more local neighborhood, still very central, but here, very calm vibe, very comfortable on the streets. And you feel that Samarkand in itself is also like a rather mid-sized, probably in Uzbekistan, larger city even. Lots of students, people going about their daily life. And as of right now, heading out to some other main square to see a bit more of the city. So let's see. Давайте плов один, как минимум. Но дополнительное мясо. Могу заплатить там 50, 60, побольше мяса. Guys, look at that. So we are going extra local, just randomly walk by. We saw students eating here. Inside is absolutely full. And so I asked the man, he's like, do you want double portion? And I'm like, I want double meat, single rice. That's how we roll. Seriously. We already tried it once when we just first arrived here in Samarkand. The meat is insane.
Really, really?
Yeah. A couple little eggs here.
From the little birds.
Exactly. Love it. Plov is like very common everywhere, and especially kind of like in the post-Soviet Union world. Huge dish. I'm sure most people have heard about it. Pilaf. But the thing is, when you go to the root, not sure if Uzbekistan is like the singular root of it. All of them kind of like claim it for themselves and have a little bit their own version. But the cool thing is, it's very simple. There's not so many ingredients. When you have like plov maybe in Ukraine, usually it has like much more ingredients, and it's also very good. But when you go to the source, like, you know, they do it just about the sauce, about the flavor. I mean, the meat. Вот я. Спасибо, очень вкусно. Хорошего дня.
Видео ставишь на Инстаграм? Не, отметку сделал, хорошо?
Да, в Инстаграм не ставить не буду, в Ютубе будет. Через где-то недели 2-3. Давайте. Опа. My brother is asking me if I can tag him. Well, guys, shout out to the Hush Kelipsish. Very close to the gym I showed you earlier. Local spots, always the best. Let's go. Walking down the street back towards the old town, and what I was saying before is really like you are just going for a walk and you're wandering into these, yeah, I gotta say, probably most beautiful Muslim architecture I've ever seen. I mean, let's say the mosque in Abu Dhabi is very cool, but this thing has been here since the 15th century pretty much. Just looked it up. Basically, it's the Amir Timur mausoleum from basically the Turco-Mongol conqueror of that time. And yeah, the man definitely had a sense of aesthetic, because all of these structures are really, really... Oh wow, so here you're basically seeing kind of like the renewed part. You're keeping it in absolutely flawless condition. At the same time, a little bit the older parts. Wow. And came out for another little Uzbek food adventure. So look at this. These meat sticks, they sell them on the street, they make them on the fire. And honestly, I was thinking maybe like, I thought it would be affordable, $2-3 for a meat stick. That's what I was guessing, maybe more. Guys, this is crazy. A chicken stick goes for $1 here. All of this meat together is pretty much $7. The salad too, $1 for that one. The tea is 25 cents. For real, this might be the most affordable, highest quality food meat. So also has a bit of a different impression of Samarkand. If you go into the old town behind the Registan Square, there is quite a large neighborhood that looks a little bit something like that. Narrow roads, so very different from this city. And people also live here kind of like much more old school, a couple of guest houses, mostly kids and grandmas walking around. And right now walking through here to get to the other like major historical area. So let's see, and there's again persimmon growing.
Persimmon!
Is that how you pronounce it? This
yes.
Fruit?
Hurma.
Hurma. And as always, so far, the leitmotif of Samarkand is that you just walk around. I saw a market on the map. I thought, let's check it out. And we're walking by another, I just looked it up, it's basically one of the holiest places. It's the Shah-i-Zinda, it's what is it, necropolis. Basically it's a Muslim cemetery, and there is a legend that the cousin of Prophet Muhammad is buried there. Looks absolutely amazing. Might walk down to it and just kind of like exploring the town a little bit. It's a nice mix of like regular Uzbek life if you wander in a bit more, and like very ancient old streets. And lots of tourism, especially compared to Tajikistan. Wow, look at that. Woo! Ooh, flying off in the Uzbek train station. Basically going into space, into Uzbek space, is that right?
Yeah.
So this is basically how a Uzbekistan train station looks like. Actually, might be one of the nicest train stations I've ever seen. Like old school, very beautiful. And we're trying out the local... Oh wow. From a different part of Uzbekistan, made it to the city of Bukhara. And let's say like that, this one is like one big museum. Ancient walls, castles, some kind of fortress, mausoleums, mosques, and as always in the, let's say, Uzbek fashion with the blue and the green, super well maintained. Honestly, this one, I don't know if I've showed you Samarkand already, but in some way it looks even a little bit older. Pretty touristy, pretty so far chill to walk around. Always not the biggest fan of like super busy tourism, but let's dive in a little bit deeper. Let's go get some food. But just these ancient walls is quite something. So far a little bit the difference with Samarkand that I noticed is that it's a little bit more connected in a way. So we're walking from one huge castle, which is back there, into this kind of like walled city. People are selling like scarves, dresses on the side, little Uzbek hats I would actually like to have. Thank you. Selling some rings, some nice looking rings. Hello, thank you. Wow, these hairy hats, that is something I would... Or these like savage, just furry hats. And yeah, I also got like cold all of a sudden. A couple days ago we're tanning in the sun. Today, freezing my butt off. So a nice stylish hat like that could really be something. Ancient markets, not too much has changed. Still selling these golden plated. That's actually really cool. That must be the coolest shop we passed by so far. A boy is doing something.
Look at the knife.
Yeah, nice knife. So basically that's how they used to transport their stuff, on camels all across from China to Europe. If things get rough, you better have one of those on you. And yeah, overall really nicely maintained. I gotta say, like, some of the music, some of the little shops selling stuff are a little bit, you know, taken away from the vibe, but at the same time, beyond that, outside of that, the carpets and everything else is a vibe. Look at that. They have portraits. Hello. Nice portraits. Can I take a look? Yeah. So, look at that. They got a Stalin, the Lenin portrait, old Lenin statue. Okay.
Меня отец создал. А этих рисовали.
Рисовали? А,
Да.
тут рисовали, да?
Каждый это карандашом.
Окей.
Это карандаш, остальное холст.
Очень интересно.
Это карандаш.
Карл Маркс.
Это алюминий.
Маркс тоже нарисовали? Это вы рисуете?
Это старое.
А,
80 лет.
80 лет этой картине. Окей. Интересно, очень красиво.
Так
Спасибо.
что у нас поддержки не надо, потому что есть.
Понимаю. Рахмат. До свидания. Ooh, well, that was interesting. Obviously, in this post-Soviet world, especially the older generation, there's usually some kind of nostalgia. Young people either don't know much about it, or opinions very differ, but yeah, part of history in this part of the world. But just to wrap up a little bit, what was it, 2 nights? So sitting down here, nice and sunny. We just had a little breakfast, lunch, brunch, some soup, mante, kind of like a dumpling, super good. The meat, gotta honestly tell you, was probably the worst in Uzbekistan so far, like maybe a 5, 6, eatable, but a bit disappointing, kind of like a bit more of a touristy place I was aware of right away. But still, the prices for all of that food's like around $10 pretty much. Like soup is $2, the dumplings $3, so prices are great, even though when it's like here, kind of like a little bit higher. But yeah, meat a bit disappointing. Gotta find better.
How are you?
Doing good, get a little local cut, huh? Pretty much tourists from all over the world. So overall, I would say one of the most historically dense cities, old towns, also very affordable. Last minute came here, got a hotel for like 20 something bucks, and it was much nicer. It looked nice. I was like, well, okay, let's try it out. So generally lots of accommodation options. Uzbekistan, very good value. Food is for the most part amazing. And Bukhara. A bit cold though in October right now. Ooh. And so this was 2 weeks across Uzbekistan, from more modern areas, through the history, through more local things. If you were curious how life looks like, well, that was it. If you're planning a trip, I hope it gave you a bit of an idea. There's one more video from Uzbekistan coming, from modern Tashkent. But other than that, see you in the next one.